Look, don't shoot me, I'm just a messenger, but hear this out. Some people fall in love with the image, but then they get hurt by someone's character because they never understood someone's identity. So let me say that for you one more time. A lot of people are attracted to people's image, but then they get hurt by someone's character because they never understood that person, who they truly were. And yes, you can be attracted to somebody's looks, popularity, their confidence, or even social media presence, and still completely miss who they really are. So in today's video, what we're going to do is break down the difference between character, identity, and image, why people confuse them, how this affects dating and relationships, what red flags to look for, and how knowing yourself is going to protect your peace, standard, and future relationships. Because the truth is, image can attract somebody, but only character and identity, that's what's going to sustain a healthy relationship. Now, this is important because one of the biggest mistakes people make in dating is choosing people based off attraction and image alone. But they end up ignoring a person's character, values, consistency, emotional maturity, or even seeing if they got integrity. And what happens later, you end up wondering, why did I get into this toxic relationship with this idiot? But the truth is, people are trained to build image before identity. And the reason why I say that is because what I learned is that social media teaches people to look confident, look attractive, look successful, look spiritual and happy, like nothing is really going bad in your life. But a very few people are taught how to build character, how to know who they are, how to heal emotionally, how to create boundaries and standards. And when you don't know yourself, in dating, it becomes dangerous because what's going to happen is you're going to start letting other people define your worth. So let's first start with identity. Now, identity is who you are at your core, not your followers. It's not your relationship status. It's not your money. It's not your appearance. And it's definitely not how popular you are. Identity is your foundation. It's your values, your character. It's your beliefs, your standards, your convictions, your principles, your purpose. You see, your identity answers the question, who am I when I'm not around a big crowd, when nobody's watching? For example, a person with identity, they'll say, I value my peace. I value honesty. I won't compromise my morals for attention. Or I know what kind of life I want. I don't know about whoever's around me, and I know my purpose. But people with the weak identity, they often, not saying they're a bad person, they often seek validation. They often are people pleasers. They might lower their standard to avoid rejection. They might lose themselves in a relationship. Or they change up depending on who they're around. This is why people become completely different when they start dating somebody. They absorb the other person's personality because they never established their own identity first. You see, healthy dating starts with self-awareness. Imagine somebody who says, I would never tolerate disrespect. But once they start really liking somebody, they'll tolerate cheating, lying, emotional abuse, manipulation, and consistency. Why? Because attraction became way stronger than identity. You see, when your identity is weak, your emotions are going to lead. But when your identity is strong, your values is what's going to lead you. All right, now let's talk about character, because character is very different from identity. Identity is what you believe about yourself. Character is how you are living consistently. Character is revealed through repeated actions because anybody can act nice temporarily, but character is going to show up over time. Now, if you had an umbrella, these words will be listed under character: accountability, integrity, self-control, discipline, honesty, humility, loyalty, and emotional maturity. For example, character would be like keeping your word, controlling anger, staying faithful, taking responsibility, and just doing right when nobody else is watching. And don't get it twisted, charm is not character. And I say that because some people are attractive, smooth talkers, charismatic, funny and confident, but behind closed doors, they manipulate, they're dishonest, they're irresponsible, and they're emotionally unstable. That's why dating too fast is very dangerous, because character only reveals itself over time. All right, so let me give you some red flags or signs of weak character in dating. They constantly lie. They're always inconsistent. They blame everybody but themselves. The disrespect comes towards you. They have anger problems. They flirt with everybody. They lack discipline. They love playing victim. They love to manipulate a situation. And they constantly break promises. You see, a person can have an amazing image, but a terrible character. So that's why you should never date potential alone. Pay attention to those patterns. All right, guys, now let's talk about what image is. Image is basically how people perceive you externally. Now, this is going to include your appearance, your style, your reputation, your social media, first impressions, popularity, or charisma. Now, image is not automatically bad. Let's get that out the way. Because looking nice isn't wrong. Being confident or building yourself physically isn't wrong. Now, where image becomes dangerous at is when it's disconnected with identity and character. Because some people spend years perfecting appearance but never healed emotionally. So they look so confident in public, but in reality, when they get behind closed doors, they're insecure, they're unstable, and unhealthy. And you know, especially social media amplifies image culture. I'm talking about people can create an entire online personality that doesn't match their life. That's why it's imperative that you know the difference between attraction and compatibility, popularity and integrity, confidence and maturity, and intention versus genuine love. Let me give you a quick life example. You might meet somebody who dresses well, speaks articulate, quotes motivational things, appears successful, seems spiritual online, but then you discover they constantly lie, they never have accountability, they don't mind disrespecting people, they can't control their emotions, and in a relationship, they are the most selfish person in the world. You see that image, it attracted you. But what did that character do? It disappointed you. So when you understand identity, character, and image, dating is going to change for you. And I say that because now you can stop dating people or choosing people based only on feelings and start asking, are they emotionally mature? Are they consistent? Do their actions match their words? Do we share the same values? Or how do they treat people under pressure? Or can they communicate honestly? Or are they disciplined? And when you understand this, you stop abandoning yourself for relationships and stop being less desperate for validation. Why? Because you are now grounded in your identity. Look, always remember this. Healthy relationships happen when you are secure with your identity, when your character is strong, and when your image honestly, keyword honestly, is consistent with both of them. Now hear me out. The truth is, image will attract somebody, but character would determine if they will stay or not. So look, don't just ask, do they like me? Oh, do they like me? I hope they like me. Ask, who are they really? Who am I becoming around them? Are we building something healthy? And in the relationship, or is this relationship aligned with my values? Because the wrong relationship, it can damage your peace, which to me is the best thing you can ever have. I don't care about no material thing. But I'm telling you, the right relationship is going to strengthen your purpose, growth, and future. Now, if this video helped you see relationships differently, please hit that like button, press subscribe, and comment right below. I want to hear what you think. Which matters most in relationships? Identity, character, or image? And remember, attraction may start the relationship, but the character and identity is what's going to be the determining factor if it's going to last. As always, I hope this message helped at least one person. Please keep your head on the swivel, love yourself, and only help who wants to be helped. I love y'all. I'm out.